Life is good, God is great. It's your boy J Matt. Listen, I just got finished watching the latest episode of the JBP on Patreon. It was a good episode. They had the mayor of, I do believe, New Jersey on there. Good interview, good conversation. But look, I wanted to get to a few things I wanted to bring to y'all's attention, get y'all's opinions. But first off, I noticed Joe was doing some experimenting. If y'all hear some lawnmowers and noise, y'all know I'm outside, it's cool. Joe doing some experimenting, and I'm not sure I'm with it. I'm not sure how much I like the experiment that he's doing. Mark is in the A chair again. I'm not sure I'm really feeling the shows where Joe is not the A-mic. The draw is Joe Budden. It's not, people are not coming to the show because of the guests. People are not coming to the show. It's not like Math Hoffa where people just came to his channel because of the interviews that he was doing. It's not that. Joe's the main attraction, right? Mark Lamont Hill, he's starting to feel himself. I'm not mad at him. He's doing a great job. He's doing a great job. If there was to be a change as far as rotations, as far as Joe bringing in different people, you know, he had Mona on there, he had Ray Daniels. He's doing a lot of different things. He's trying out and he's experimenting because he has a longer play at hand. So I could tell that he's putting things in motion to see how quickly he could put in motion his future plan with his show. He said he don't want to pod for another 10 years. Cool. With that being said though, the only people that I could see him really rotating out is potentially Imani. I don't even know if he count that much. Imani, Melyssa, and Flip. Ice and Ish, to me, provide the show that intimate feeling of friends chopping it up and making money together at work. You know, they have a longer history with Joe, so I feel like they could challenge him, which is necessary, because they have a better relationship with him. They know him a little bit longer. And I think when they do challenge him, it makes for better content. So I wouldn't want to see them go anywhere. Now look, Joe asked a very interesting question on this show. He asked everybody, he said, if everything was to go according to your plan, your individual plans, how long do you see yourself working at the JBP? I'm not gonna get into everybody's answer, but I will say that the one interesting thing that I noticed is that Ish did not answer that question. He didn't answer the question. So I just read into that as, you know what, even if he wasn't forced out, he wouldn't mind leaving on his own. Like, being a part of the JBP is a plus for my guy Ish. He doesn't see it as something where he wouldn't be able to maintain his same lifestyle without it. That's just my opinion. He didn't answer it. Another thing that was brought up in this show, Mark, sitting in the A chair, he decided to ask an interesting question as well, piggybacking on Joe. He said, what is everybody's unpopular opinion about the podcast? Specifically talking about the JBP. What is their unpopular opinion about the show? This was a really good question. Now, everybody answered this in their own different way, but I think in this situation, Ish was kind of speaking in between the lines without saying, like, he ready to go, like, or he wouldn't mind leaving the show, because his answer was COE. Flip laughed immediately, and I understood it because they don't usually talk about COE no more. Flip like, man, that shit dead, bro. We done moved on. Like, we changed. Like, we deaded that COE shit. Like, And you could actually tell that they kind of tamed themselves a little bit with the COE, and I think it has a lot to do with how uncomfortable they make Melyssa Ford. So moving to my last thing I want to say on this show or this episode. Melyssa asked a question as well. It was like they got pretty serious in this show, which they don't normally do, but it went on for about a 35, 45 minutes. So then Melyssa asked the cast to tell her one thing that they have learned from her while working with her. And for this, Ice had the most interesting response. And this is really what made me want to make this video. Ice said, I learned from you how to take a joke. Now, if you watch the show, you do understand that Ice not being able to take a joke has been like a thing. He don't play around with his family, his girl, his kids. He don't really like to even talk about that, which is why when he showed up on Podwise, I was like, okay, he opening up a little bit. I don't know if he's gonna do it again, but he's coming out of his shell. So when Ice said he learned from Melyssa how to take a joke, and everybody on the cast is recognizing that Ice is definitely getting better with taking jokes, I was like, you know what? It is true that Melyssa is like the punching bag up there. I don't really know how y'all feel about it. I know some of y'all get sick of Melyssa. Y'all think she, you know what I'm saying, she might bring down the conversation at times. Some of her takes be nauseating. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to gender wars, she always seriouses things out. But in my opinion, Mel is a good sport, because they be on her ass, man. I swear, they talk about Mel like they be all her in her personal life, and she take it like a soldier, at least on screen sometimes. And it get to the point sometimes where she like, listen, y'all, too much. That's where the whole phrase of too much on Mel came from, because they acknowledge the fact that they dogpile on Mel. But listen, more than that, I'm feeling the way about Parks. Parks getting way too comfortable taking jabs at Mel. I don't know if Joe has encouraged Parks to speak more, but I liked it more when Parks was just giving his little one-liners, his little zingers here and there. But now I notice Parks is talking a whole lot more. And I'm really curious as to how he expects, or Joe expects, that dynamic to work with Parks speaking more and you trying to rotate in and out these different mics with these different levels of talent as well. I think Parks needs to shut his ass up. Maybe because it's like me protecting the black woman, seeing everything that she go through on the show, being clown, her sex life, relationships. Maybe it's the fact that this white man is like feeling like he can chime in on this black woman. Maybe I'm coming in with my cape trying to save her, but I don't like it. In this episode, Parks was talking way too much. This was the first time I got annoyed, which was the reason I wanted to come out here and even make this video. Parks, you need to shut the fuck up, dog. Where the hell do you get off feeling like you the person that can take jabs at the legend Melyssa Ford? Like, for real? You? The sole white man on the pod? Like, she was a legend, my guy. Like, you wouldn't be able to even speak to her back in her heyday. Maybe it's because she's employed by the JBP and you feel like you got a position of power, you over her. Maybe you even feel like you're more important to her. You actually are. You the engineer. But dog, man, you getting beside yourself, my guy. You get beside yourself. The shot you taking, I feel like it's coming off as disrespectful now. It ain't even funny. So that's really what I wanted to say. It was a good show. A lot of good questions being asked by the cast. A lot of interesting answers. And it's going to be interesting to see going forward how Joe maneuvers towards his future plan of action with the cast. You know what I mean? It's going to be interesting. We got to pay attention to who stays, who goes, whose roles is lessened. Like I said, Imani he might not even matter no more. But y'all let me know what y'all think, bro. Just remember, man, God loves you. I do too. I'm out.